Welcome back. It is Sunday, May 19th in the MLB. Our two best bets are on the way. It's Austin joined by Logan. Let's recap how we did yesterday. A 2-2 day. Bro, it could have been close to a 4-0 sweep. Let's talk about it. Reds Dodgers under 4.5 in the first five. Sweat free. Great call, Logan. Seth Lugo under 2.5 earned runs. A little sweaty to start the game, but he pretty much handled the business after the second inning. And then our two losers are just painful. Cubs minus a half in the first five. Shota holds them scoreless, but of course they couldn't get anything going on Bailey Falter. The Cubs' only run yesterday probably didn't even deserve it for it to be a run. Should have been out at the plate. And Kyle Harrison over and outs. I mean, what are we supposed to do there? He gets yanked at like 78, 79 pitches. I mean, that was his first game. He didn't pitch over 80. It's just frustrating. A 2-2 day. It's been a rough week so far in the MLB, but you know what? It is a Sunday, and we're hopefully going to deliver a 2-0 card. We only had 2 picks today. It is a Sunday. It can be a little bit wonky, so only 2 picks. Let's hopefully try to go 2-0 and start off Monday with a great start to the week. But without further ado, hit that subscribe button, drop a like. Logan's got 2 picks for y'all. I'm going to focus all my energy towards the NBA, where we have 2 Game 7s over there. That video will be posted after this one. Go dive into that. But Logan, you got 2 picks for the people. I'm going to let you take over. Where are you going?
Yeah, let's start with the money line. Going to the Guardians and Twins game, and I'm taking the Guardians on the money line, minus 116 odds on FanDuel is your best value there. Now, in a pick'em, I once again like the Guardians to finish off the sweep. At this low price, you could say, well, it's more often than not that MLB teams come out and don't get swept. Well, the Guardians don't get a whole lot of line respect anyway. I think the Twins are one of those teams that get way too much line respect. So the price on this game is exactly where I would expect it, creating a lot of value in my eyes on the Guardians team, just playing the better baseball right now. Who's starting for the Guardians today? It's Tanner Bybee, 4.34 ERA and a 1.31 WHIP. Now, if you're not familiar with Tanner Bybee, he's a pretty solid pitcher. He's just like a good enough guy. He's not going to go out and just dazzle. He's not a strikeout specialist, not an ace pitcher, but he's good enough. And last time Bybee faced the Twins, really solid showing in April. He went 5 1/3 innings pitched, only allowed 1 earned run. Hopefully he can duplicate that performance again against this Twins lineup. A stat I really do like about Tanner Bybee is his clutch stats on Baseball Reference. They call it clutch stats. It's like a category. If you're playing around with your research tools, definitely check out Baseball Reference. It's one of the sites I use. Bybee only allows a 167 batting average with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. Meaning he's really good at stranding those guys and challenging the Twins to get those timely hits with runners in scoring position, something they have not been able to do consistently this year. Sometimes they'll look really good. What comes to mind is when they faced Logan Gilbert and he just hosted batting practice on that. But more often than not, they're not looking good. They're looking pretty lethargic with runners in scoring position because the Twins are 22nd in batting average with a runner in scoring position. At the end of the day, I really do trust Tanner Bybee to be able to strand a lot of those guys. I think he pitches well. Might give up a couple earned runs here or there, but that's not going to be catastrophic because I think his offense backs him up today. And I think that starts against Chris Paddock, who's starting for the Twins, 4.89 ERA and a 1.65 WHIP. First of all, that WHIP, pretty high. I mean, a 1.65 WHIP. Ideally, you want that to be like 1 or below, but the WHIP ratio stands for walks and hits per inning pitched. You hear me say that after the ERA because ERA doesn't always tell the full story. But he's given it up. He's given up a lot of hits and a lot of walks. Paddock just gave up 5 earned runs in his most recent start to the Yankees. Obviously, the Yankees are seeing the ball really well right now. But I still think the Guardians are as well. Unlike the Twins, the Guardians are second in batting average with runner in scoring position. It's the tale of 2 teams. It's the team that can hit with runners in scoring position and the team that can't. And on a Sunday like this, I just have to trust my guns. My guns are telling me to go with the Guardians in this one. Fresh off an 11-run performance, I like the bats to stay hot today. I think they carry that momentum into this one. Knowing every one of these divisional games, against your division rival is very crucial. Hopefully the Guardians do not come out and overlook the Twins today. I don't see them doing that. And then we go to the battle of the bullpen, right? Cleveland's bullpen has been lights out this year, second in bullpen ERA. Minnesota 14th in bullpen ERA. Cleveland does have the better bullpen, and I trust them to get the job done. I think they get a lead out on Paddock. I think that bullpen's solid enough to hold the run. So give me the Guardians as my first pick. But sticking with the AL Central theme, let's go to my second pick. I told you guys we have 2 today. Tigers, team total under 3.5, plus 102 odds on FanDuel. Now this one's a little bit spicier than a home team money line, right? After scoring 8 and 13 runs in their past 2 games, you might think I'm absolutely crazy for this bet. And no, you don't have to tail if you think I'm crazy and you think I'm out of my mind. But I really do like this one. First of all, we're getting plus value on a team total, which never hurts. And they call it gambling for a reason. You just have to pick and choose your spots. Because on Sundays, it's always the weirdest day of the week, because the trends throughout the week, or the trends of the series on Friday and Saturday, are usually bucked. Well, the Tigers have been scoring at will in the first 2 games of this series. And I'm calling the channel called Calling Our Shot for a reason. I'm calling my shot today with a JMO masterclass. I called it yesterday with Walker Buehler. I said he's going to come out, lower that ERA, have a really strong showing. This one is sort of reminiscent to that. At least the lines are in this game. The Tigers have been hitting righty starters well the past 2 games, but lefty starters, not so much. They faced Trevor Rogers and Ryan Weathers in the series prior to this, and they were shut out in both of those games. So that's what you really have to look at. You have to pull back from this series and say, well, what have they been doing against lefty starters? The answer is not a whole lot much. In May, the Tigers are only hitting 199 against lefties. So hitting sub 200 this far into May, how am I supposed to trust them to be able to bring the bats today against Jordan Montgomery? I really don't see it happening. Yesterday, the Tigers got a 4-for-5 game from Javi Baez and a 3-for-5 game from Gio Urshela. Look, if those are the guys sinking me today, I'll tip the cap. I'll say, wow, they strung together just 2 crazy games like that. I think Jordan Montgomery shuts down most of this Tigers lineup today. And some of the bats in this Tigers lineup, Blake, Riley Green, and Carpenter, they don't play every game versus a lefty starter. They have the platoon righties. And even if they do start, I wouldn't mind if they start, because Montgomery's only allowing a 208 batting average to lefties. Really tough on lefties. It's gonna be the righties that I'm predicting gonna have to beat him, because that's where Montgomery struggles. This year, his ERA is higher than he's probably wanting it to be, because he's struggling versus righties. Well, the righties in this lineup, Javi Baez, who I just mentioned, Wensil Perez, and Torkelson. Those are the guys that are gonna have to probably get the timely hits today. And you know what? I'll take my chances with that. I'm getting plus value to say some of these Tigers bats don't show up 3 days in a row. Yeah, give it to me all day long. Montgomery does a good job of limiting barrels, 83rd percentile in barrel percentage. He should limit those extra base hits today. Maybe allow a few singles, kind of through the middle of the infield every time. I'm fine with that. Just no catastrophic, 3-4 earned run type inning. I think Jordan Montgomery pitches a really solid game in this one. And the lines in this game, as I mentioned, that Reds game, I saw that Reds team total at 1.5 in the first 5. I was like, wow, that's pretty low. Well, the Tigers have that exact same line at the exact same odds, minus 130 odds. And then you got Montgomery's outs line sitting at 17.5, minus 160 to the over, making me think Jordan Montgomery could be really efficient today. He could go out and give us 6-7 innings pitched all day long, maybe 1 or 2 earned runs maximum, and then we leave it up to the bullpen, which Arizona's bullpen, not the best, 25th in bullpen ERA, but they should still have all the high leverage relievers available. Why? Because they've been blown out in the last 2 games. The good news about that is that the high leverage arms have not been used. So if Montgomery gets us deep into this game, we're only going to have a couple innings of bullpen action, and I think the Arizona bullpen does hold it down. I really do like the Tigers team total under as my second pick. It's plus value for a reason. We're going to go ahead and take a shot on it, though, on this fine Sunday.
And those are our 2 favorite picks of the day. Let's try to go 2-0. If I had to give out a pick, it would be a system play, and that is Brady Singer of the Royals under 2.5 earned runs. As I talked about with Seth Lugo, well, the A's, I think that's a 9 straight starting pitchers have now gone under 2.5 earned runs against them. I would just keep riding with the system, but it's a Sunday, so you never really know. If the system cashes today, maybe we run it back on Monday. Although I believe the A's are going to be back at home, where they've been historically, at least over the past in May, a lot better at home than they have been on the road. But those are 2 favorite picks today. Guardians moneyline and Tigers team total under 3.5. Let's try to go 2-0 on a weird Sunday slate and move on to Monday, where hopefully we see the return of Nerfy Nation. Yesterday, Nerfy's lean with the Rays and Blue Jays did smack. Didn't really have one today that really stood out. Sundays are normally not the days for Nerfies. It's normally you get weird things going on. But those are 2 favorite picks of the day. Let us know your favorites down below. NBA videos should be on the way right after this one drops. So check those out. Let's have a wonderful Sunday. We'll see you guys back on Monday at the start of a new week, hopefully recapping a 2-0 day. We'll see you guys then. Peace.